All right, now we're doing 8Q, filter out the geese. This is by Steve Hopkinson, and 92% of the people like it. So we're going to write a function that takes a list of strings as an argument and returns a filtered list containing the same elements but with the geese removed. The geese are any strings in the following array which is pre-populated in the solution. So this here and this here. For example, if this array were passed as an argument, this one right here, our function would return the following array, these ones here, which are anything that's not this. All right? So the elements in the returned array should be in the same order as the initial array passed into our function, albeit with the geese removed. And we're going to note that all of the strings will be in the same case as those provided, and some elements may be repeated. Okay. So for this one, we could do something like a for loop. We could take this out of here, and right here we could say for let I equal 0, while I is less than birds.length, we'd say I plus plus. And then we could do a for loop and say for, it's not for, an if statement, say if, and then we'd say something like if birds at I equals geese at whatever it's at, and then we're just going to check this. We're just going to say all of them, and actually we're going to do if they don't equal each other. All right, and so let's we could do something like this. We could copy this and then paste it 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of this and thing, and then drop a couple of them down so it's easier to read. So like right here and right here. And then we'll just say 0, 0, 2, 4, and then right here 1 and 3. All right. And so we got all this, and then we say if this is the case, if birds at the current index does not equal any of these, what we're going to say is, first let's declare a variable after this one called result equals an empty string, an empty array, and then we're going to say result dot push birds at I, and then we'll return result. All right, let's test that out. All right, and it works. And let's attempt it just to make sure there's no tricks. No tricks. But you know what? That's a lot of copying and pasting and a lot more typing than I'd like to do. And there's a way we can do this that's a little bit faster, at least in typing, when it comes to typing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this into concise syntax. We're going to say const goose filter equals birds, and then we're going to have this be a what is this, an arrow for arrow function, right? So this is now a function variable, and on top of this one we're going to bring this geese list right here and put it right here, and then put the comma after this one, and now we've got two constants, geese and goose filter, and the rest of this stuff we're just going to get on out of here. And then down here we can say console.log and check while we go. All right, so right now birds looks like this. Test it out. It looks just like this. All right, so now we're going to filter out all the ones that aren't in this list. All right, and to do that we're going to use the filter method, which creates a shallow copy of a portion of a given array filtered down to just the elements from the given array that pass the test implemented by the provided function. All right, so we're going to have the syntax of, we're going to say like birds.filter, we're going to have an element here, an arrow, and then the expression right here that's going to filter them out. So we'll say right here birds.filter, and then we're going to have element. All right. And what we want to do is make sure that that whatever is at this is not in this list. So we're going to say geese we're going to say we want it to be not geese dot and includes. All right. And if you don't know about the includes method, the includes method determines whether an array includes a certain value among its entries, returning true or false as appropriate. All right. So we're going to say, excuse me, let's go over here. And the syntax for this is going to be whatever dot includes. So geese dot includes and then the search element. And the search element will be element. And let's check that out, test it out. And it looks just like what we want it to be, all right? So let's get this out of here. All right. Bring this up and let's test it out one more time. Looks good, and attempt it. And there we go, and submit it. All right, so as you see right here, it's pretty much the same as this one, just we did it in, what is it, concise syntax. Right here, it's doing the filter, and then they do the index of bird has to equal less than 0, so it can't be in there, because if it's -1, then that means it's not in the list. And then you can just keep coming down and see all the other stuff if you feel like it. Let's go over here to mine. We've got this one first, whatever. And we've got this one right here. Best practice for this one, in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.